the tribal police force, along with the FBI, had basically created a goon squad. And over 60 individuals had been tribal members and living on the reservation I think it was over 60, had been murdered by this goon squad, had been taken out. Or was it 60 or 60? I can't remember the exact numbers. But they were on a mission basically backed by the FBI. What the federal government was doing was what they were systematically murdering members of an organization that were setting out to highlight the injustice that was occurring on reservations across the country. I think that we are in such a ahistorical, is that even the term, time right now? I know why they want to erase history. I know why they don't want to teach about the actual history of this country, because to do so makes a lie out of almost everything that they are trying to achieve. And how could anyone see the way in which Native Americans then and now are...
You know what, all this kind of is interesting to me. By me, there's a whole big conversation. I live in Long Island. A lot of like mascots and different team names for schools are, you know, indigenous names. And there's a big conversation and a heavy push, which is very financially, you know, it's costly, to change names for schools. And that means that you have to get new jerseys and you have to get new this and you have to get new that. You have to do all these things that are expensive. You have to like redo the floors, right? Like, yeah, like that's the gym floor. And it's just like, it's so expensive. But what I find so interesting is that, you know, wouldn't it be better if you find there to be some level of insensitivity? Wouldn't it make more sense to try to educate people in some way? Maybe make the kids have an assembly and educate them, or, you know, do some kind of like memorial or something like that. Because to me, it's like when we erase some of these things, especially when they're not disrespectful names, you know, like I think one of them is like the Thunderhawks. We're just erasing the bad things we used to do, you know? So it's like, hey, here's a really good idea, left-leaning policy. Like, let's erase not even the insensitive names or caricatures. That makes sense to get rid of those. Let's just almost like erase all indigenous names from things, because maybe some people in an indigenous tribe think it's insensitive, even if it's not. But like, okay, well, then we're just erasing our history of being an oppressive force. Like, why would we want to do that? Why would you want to whitewash our history? You know, all of a sudden kids are growing up and they're not taught that, like, hey, you know, some of our roots are kind of bad. You know, how far does it go? Are we going to stop teaching kids about fucking slavery? You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing? Sometimes I don't think that we're as productive as we really should be when it comes to these conversations.